What's going on, guys? Bengal King here, coming back at you with another video, and today we are doing another rebuild, and this time we are doing the fantasy version of the New Orleans Saints. And I've decided for the rest of the rebuilds for the year, we're going to use some real life rosters just to jump straight to where we are. So it is week 17. We are starting at week 17, which means we're going to be here for this playoff run for the Saints. But it also means when I take over as GM for the offseason that no one is safe, as we're going to look to get younger and look to get better overall, and we're not going to keep dead weight that's going to regress. So no offense, I'm looking at you, Drew Brees. If you're a Saints fan, if you're a football fan, you realize that Drew Brees is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Top 5 quarterback in NFL history for sure. But do I want to keep a 40-year-old quarterback that's only going to regress in Madden, if not retire? We might not even have to make the decision if he retires, but we'll have to see. Should be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and jump right into the roster breakdown. So as I record this in real life, there are a couple of interesting things to note. The team is meeting with Antonio Brown. He worked out for them. And by the time you're watching this, there's a real world possibility that Antonio Brown is a member of the New Orleans Saints team. Now, he's not going to be here. When we take a look at this team, the offensive line stands out as being quite solid. They even have Nick Easton, who's not a bad backup. Patrick Omame, kind of the same deal. But Larry Warford, Andrews Pete, the two clear weak points on this offensive line, and they're not even that bad. People will point to Andrews Pete being a Pro Bowler. I don't know how that happened. That just shows you how stupid the Pro Bowl is to determine who's a good player and who's not. That's why you really got to look at All Pro. It's a little bit better. Warford's decent, but Eric McCoy, rookie center out of Texas A&M. A lot of potential there, star or better development. I think it's going to be star. And then when you look at the tackle spots, Teron Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk were 2 of only 3 tackles in the NFL not to allow a sack this year. Wrap your head around that for a minute. Now, the third tackle was who? Oh, no. Who was the third one? It's not who you normally might think of. It's not Tyron Smith. It's not David Bakhtiari. I got to look into this. Yeah, Ronnie Stanley. He's progressing into being such a talented offensive line. Already is, really. Jared Cook's an 87 overall. I know what a lot of you might be thinking already is this team doesn't need a rebuild. And while that's true, it's for a video. So take it easy. Of course, you look at Drew Brees. Whether we want to rock with Teddy Bridgewater after Drew Brees is going to be up to us. But he's 40 years old. This is kind of like the last ride for Brees' Christ here. So we'll have to see how this playoff run goes. Alvin Kamara is a beast. Latavius Murray is a good backup. Of course, Michael Thomas is going to break the record for most catches ever in a season. Got a lot of yards and a fair few amount of touchdowns as well. Michael Thomas is a beast. Certainly one of the best receivers in the NFL, if not the best currently. He's been that good. Of course, they also have Traquan Smith, Ted Ginn Jr. I'll probably play Traquan over Ted Ginn just because he has that star development. When you look on the defensive side of the ball, that's really where you start to see some weaknesses, but the defensive line is fairly good. We just hope Marcus Davenport starts to progress a little bit. Sheldon Rankins is a beast. Think about David Onyemata. Cam Jordan is a stud, superstar X-Factor. At cornerback, Marshawn Lattimore is a very good player. Of course, 2 familiar faces for me as a Giants fan with Jack Rabbit and Eli Apple. Also have PJ Williams. Just 3 gross cornerbacks. Let's not beat around the bush here. Got Marcus Williams, a great free safety. And then Von Bell and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, CGJ. But I hear that people calling him CJ Gardner-Johnson, and that is uncomfortable for me. I don't like that. But I want to play him a lot. I'll probably play him over Von Bell just because that star development trait. And when you look at linebacker, Demario Davis is still pretty good. Alex Anzalone, AJ Klein, Kiko Alonso, Manti Te'o is still here. Craig Robertson, Stephon Anthony even. Former first-round pick Stephon Anthony has not done anything. He doesn't really even play. It is sad, but it is what it is. Not everyone's going to work out to be a great player, but look at his numbers, man. What's going on with him? It's just super injury prone or just not good enough to even see the field? What's going on? He's such a good athlete, but that just doesn't cut it. You got to be good technically as well. But this is the team we're going to rock with for the playoffs. And we'll see if we can emerge victorious as Super Bowl champions. Also, I did a breakout challenge for Von Bell, and he actually got it. He actually got it. That's crazy. All right. So Von Bell's going to go back to the starting strong safety role. I know. What we're going to do instead is put Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the nickel, which makes a lot of sense anyway, and that's where he's going to be already, so that works out fine. Noah Spence is on this team too. The Seahawks in the divisional. Familiar scene for Saints fans. Shout out to Marshawn Lynch. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should look into it. We're going to go ahead and simulate past the Seahawks, though. Hopefully we get the win, and we don't. They win by a touchdown. Saints cheated again, and that might be the final year for Drew Brees. That would be quite a way to finish his career. Now, we can bring Drew Brees back if we want to. He is down to he retired. Okay, so Drew Brees is gone. So now this comes to, what do we do without Drew Brees? Got a lot of players to potentially re-sign. Von Bell, I would like to bring back. Andrews Pete, probably. He's a little expensive. Maybe not Andrews Pete, I don't know. Larry Warford's going to be a little bit expensive as well for someone that I'm going to watch regress. We might just want to hit the reset button on a lot of this. David Onyemata is going to be fine. I would even sign him to a 3-year deal. He'll be all right. So David Onyemata returns. But other than that, and Von Bell, do I really want to rock out with Teddy Bridgewater? Maybe that's what's going to happen in real life. Maybe it isn't. I'm the GM now. I'm the captain now. It's not a very good Somali impression. I got to work on that one. But I'm not going to bring back Teddy Bridgewater. We're going to draft a QB or get one out of free agency or something else. But let me tell you, it is not going to be Teddy B. Not going to be Teddy Bridgewater. Don't want Eli Apple. You got me fucked up if you think I'm going to re-sign Eli Apple in any rebuild that I ever do. It's not going to happen. There's no way. Noah Spence is here. How cheap is Noah Spence going to be? He's not that expensive. If I can take this down and he re-signs, I'm in, but I'm not going to go more than this. Wants to play for a new team? Go play for a new team, Noah Spence. Is that what you said when Ohio State kicked you out? Shout out to Eastern Kentucky for picking him up. But yeah, I'm not going to re-sign any of those other players. We're going to have a lot more money, but we're losing a lot of big starters. And I realize that. I recognize that. I just don't want to sign players I don't want to watch regress. So I'd rather take more money and get better players who are going to help us long term. Don't really want Chris Jones. Jared Cook is up to normal or star development, but him and Josh Hill are not the answer at tight end. So could offer Austin Hooper a contract, could offer Amari Cooper a contract, who now has superstar X Factor, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Long-term contract for Amari Cooper, I think, would be very, very nice if he decides to go ahead and accept that. Kendall Fuller would be a good upgrade at nickel corner. So might also offer him a contract. A little expensive for a nickel. I'm actually not going to do that. We're going to save our money. We're going to need it. Oh, and Marshawn Lynch has been added. He's got superstar development as well. 80 overall. No face scan. He looks pretty terrible. 84 speed. He's got decent trucking. He is 34. Like, I get it. We'll see if Trevor Williams maybe wants to come in for the low. Ooh, we got Amari Cooper and Trevor Williams. Amari Cooper is quite the addition with Michael Thomas now. 2 superstar X Factor receivers for Will Lutz to work with. Our starting kicker is going to be our starting quarterback. We'll be set. Oh, a little Jordan Humphrey as well. Hook 'em horns. We got to improve left guard and right guard. Got to get a quarterback. And then defensively, Demario Davis is up to superstar development. Our defensive line's fine. Could use an outside, could use an off-the-ball linebacker in general. And then we could always move Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to cornerback. And then we'd have 3 good corners. He's going to play slot corner anyway, so we might as well just make him a cornerback. And then we're going to be golden. We're definitely going to pick up the 5th-year option on Marshawn Lattimore. Good young cornerback. We definitely want to keep him around. So I think I just read exactly what they said inadvertently. And this one might be for Ryan Ramczyk. Definitely want to keep him around as well. So we'll do that. Hey, we're here picking at number 27 in the first round. Of course, if you want to see this with actual real draft classes, I've rebuilt the Saints already. And that has, like, Joe Burrow in that video if you want to go ahead and check that out. But yeah, real draft class. Go check out the other Saints rebuild. This is the fantasy version where we use the auto-generated draft classes. And we'll look at some potential quarterbacks to take. Max Barnes doesn't look all that bad. Not a whole lot of quarterbacks to choose from, though. I'll tell you that. Oh, this is a very bad draft class. That's always good to see. Do we take a quarterback here? I mean, I guess. Wes Williamson looks a lot better, though. I'm gonna go with the quarterback and then look to trade up for that tackle who I'm gonna play at guard. So, Max Barnes, welcome to the team. He is a 72 overall, number 19 in the class. Star or better development, at least. So, not amazing. Kind of looks like he's got the Drew Brees build, honestly. You think about, like, Drew Brees coming out of Purdue. Decent arm, nothing crazy. Like, good general accuracy. Not a whole lot of speed. This looks like Drew Brees' clone, except this guy's 6'4", so not quite the same. So there goes the tackle. He's actually a 75 overall. We didn't pick again until late in the third, so we would have had to move up a heck of a lot. And I was going to try to, but he went 15 spots before he was projected to on the big board there, which, I mean, you got to expect that to happen sometimes, but we just didn't really have the capital to move up. And he's only a 75. It's pretty good overall, but kind of a weak draft class. So I'm trying to probably trade down. I don't have anybody on my draft board. So we'll just trade down for picks next year. Might get a first-round pick next year if we can. Trading a 3 and a 4 this year for a 3 next year from the Denver Broncos. Usually they're pretty bad, so I hope they're bad in simulation, and that ends up being a very good second-round pick for us. But we'll see if that ends up happening. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Or second, third. I don't remember what I traded for even, and it happened moments ago. So I need to get checked out. I have early onset Alzheimer's, and I'm in my early 20s. It's a little early for that, but better late than never. That doesn't apply. That doesn't apply at all here. So this is going to be the team for season 2. We've got some weird positions to fill, like Nick Easton, Will Clapp. Not great starting left and right guard for us, but we don't really have a lot of other options. We have a new starting quarterback in Max Barnes, the rookie out of Florida State. He's got some good weapons to work with, though. He's got Alvin Kamara to lean on. Of course, Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper, Jared Cook, Traquan Smith. It's a good receiving core. And then defensively, we're pretty weak in some areas as well. But we had to take a step back to take a step forward in the future. So we're going to be worse this season, but hopefully better down the line. We'll see how that plays out. Mid-season mark. We are 3 and 4, not doing so hot. Bottom of the NFC South, but that was somewhat expected. We got Traquan Smith, a development challenge, which will not happen. He's going to need like 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, something like that, to get up to superstar. Yep, none of those will happen. Like, we could jump in and try to make it happen, but like, even so, we're not going to be able to. So I'm not even really going to worry about it. And hopefully our quarterback is superstar development, although I highly doubt it. He's a mid-round pick. Oh, he's got superstar X Factor. Okay, that changes things. And he's got bazooka for some reason, even though he's got only 90 throw power. That's interesting. That's the shock of the video. Superstar X Factor quarterback drafted randomly. Oh my goodness. All right. That changes things. That changes things a lot. Impending free agents, we got Alvin Kamara, Marcus Williams, Demario Davis, Jared Cook, Sheldon Rankins. Oh man, I forgot. This is fantasy style, so I probably should have looked to trade some of these guys. Instead, well, Jared Cook I'm not going to re-sign. I want to bring back Sheldon Rankins. Demario Davis is probably going to get franchise tagged and traded. I'm not going to give him a 3-year deal. He's 31, and he's not going to accept less than that. Even for 2 and more money, he doesn't like anything. Well, he's going to get franchise tagged. And then Marcus Williams, Alvin Kamara, I definitely want to sign to long-term extensions. Kamara is fairly cheap. I definitely would like to bring him back. That's a no-brainer, and he does. And Marcus Williams, again, another no-brainer for me. Young, talented safety. This is part of the reason that we held off on signing some of the players in free agency last year, because like some of these contracts were going to get really, really expensive, and we just couldn't really afford to bring back players that were going to regress in a big way. So with that, Sheldon Rankins also re-signs, and we got pretty much everyone we wanted. Bruce Irvin's on this team too. I don't really want Trey Hendrickson. Alex Anzalone I probably should bring back because injuries aren't a factor here. A little bit expensive, but hopefully he resigns there, and he does. His ceiling's probably what? An 81 overall? That's not great. Could be better. But we'll simulate to the playoffs and check in, see how we're doing. Did not make the playoffs. Finished 6-9-1. Nice and not so nice. 41 passing touchdowns for the rookie Max Barnes. 13 interceptions, rushing. Alvin Kamara had a great season. So what helped us, or what held us down? Had to be our defense, because Michael Thomas had a great year. Amari Cooper, even with not a whole ton of yards, had a ton of touchdowns at 10. Jared Cook was productive. What went wrong? It had to be defensively. We were just completely inept. That would be my guess. Sheldon Rankins had a pretty good year. Great year for Cameron Jordan. Not a whole lot of pressure overall. Marcus Williams led the way with 3 interceptions. So we had a highly ranking offense. 6th offense and one of the worst defenses in the NFL. Oh my goodness. Deshaun Watson wins MVP. No Saints in there? Really? We don't have a rookie quarterback? NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. Max Barnes at 5. Alvin Kamara at 9. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Max Barnes, so the XP will be nice there. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jaleel Staten. No Saints. So no playoffs for us. A little bit unfortunate, but I think we're going to be able to really hit it hard in the offseason. Bringing in some new talent through free agency and the draft. Our team's going to be moving in the right direction. Our offense was amazing despite not having a great offensive line. The defense really, really let us down in a huge way. Demario Davis is down to a 79, but he's got superstar X Factor. Don't do this to me, Demario. 1-year deal. He's going to get franchise tagged. It's going to be super expensive to do that, but I don't care. So we have no money in free agency because of that tag on Demario Davis. Am I missing out on anybody? I wish I could open my mouth when I say anybody. Sounded so weird. Ibukam would be nice. OJ Howard would be nice. I really would like OJ Howard. Okay, so that means we're going to have to rearrange some things. We're going to have to rearrange some things in a big way. Where do we create space? We're going to find out. Okay, so Nick Easton's contract is terrible. Malcolm Brown is probably going to get cut too. I know Texas Longhorn. I love Malcolm Brown. I don't like his contract, and I'm a mean GM. We're going to cut him. There's the reason that I'm cutting these guys, by the way, and maybe there could have been something with Malcolm Brown, but there is no trade value with some of these guys. Like Patrick Robinson has no trade value. I probably should have looked for a trade for Malcolm Brown, but again, there's not a whole lot of trade value for some of these guys. I can look around, but you know, we'll see. John Kelly going to get cut as well. I don't know why we would have you pay this type of money. It's only $1 million, but he's not worth it. Trading Josh Hill, Demario Davis, and Will Clapp for a first, number 13 overall, and a 5th from the Atlanta Falcons. I think that's a pretty good trade for us. Of course, some players were regressing that we got rid of just there. Josh Hill, Demario Davis, and we brought in OJ Howard. So now tight end is a problematic position that has been solved, as we brought in a very, very good tight end who is being criminally underutilized in Tampa Bay. But Max Barnes goes up to an 82 by upgrading Field General. Throw power +2, and then Field General again up to an 83. Superstar X Factor player going into his 2nd year. Crazy draft pick. We got super, super lucky with this one. So I don't think we're going to pick up the 5th year on Marcus Davenport. It's a lot of money, and he doesn't offer us a ton. He's a young player, but only has normal development still. Isn't even an 80 overall. Might get up to an 80 with skill points this time around, but it's just not worth paying him like a high first-round pick. It's just not. So we'll probably look to improve at that position. There are a lot of changes to make with this Saints team. We managed to clear up some money, clear up some space, and we pick at number 9 overall. Again, we have a little bit of wiggle room to move around the board as we pick at number 9 and number 13. Just depends on what's here. We need defensive end. We need an off-the-ball linebacker. I think this should be a defensive-focused draft, but we still need 2 guard spots, so really anything across the offensive line is going to work. And then, of course, defensively, safety is fine. Cornerback Marshawn Lattimore's up to superstar development. Cornerback should also be fine. We really just need to focus on linebacker and defensive line, because if Marcus Davenport's not back next year, if David Onyemata is regressing, which he's going to be at 28 years old, Cam Jordan's also regressing. We need to get defensive line And we really need to get off the ball linebackers if we're going to stick in this 4-3, which we could, or we could move to a 3-4. Davenport would play the edge. Jordan would stay on the defensive line at left end. Sheldon Rankins would be right end. Anyamata would be our nose tackle. Anzalone, who's up to star development, would be our starting middle linebacker. So either way, we pretty much need an edge for the future or 2 off-the-ball linebackers. So we'll look to target that in the draft and see what's available. I don't know if that we have enough picks to fill all our needs. Offensive line is going to be something we take later probably, but we'll see. Ooh, a baller. Skip the combine. Kerry Raymond out of Connecticut, only 21 years old, great top skills. 3rd round guy. I'm interested. With our first pick, we're going to go Sterling McKillop here. I think it's going to be best for us to transition into a 3-4 just based on this draft class. He looks like a pretty solid player. Not exceptional, but pretty solid, so it could be a nice addition to our team. He's a 76 overall. It's higher than I thought. Number 9 in the class. We took him at number 9. He's got star or better development. 81 power moves, 82 speed, 85 strength. Not too bad there. And at number 13, I am certainly trading down as there's not a whole lot of players I want in this range at all. Okay, trading number 13 overall and David Anyamata for a 2nd and a 1st next year. Anyamata is going to be replaced because we're moving to a 3-4. We no longer need 2 pure defensive tackle types, so we are moving out of that, and we're still probably going to go defensive line again with one of those players I talked about earlier, one of those ballers, or at least there's one. Kerry Raymond out of Connecticut, UConn. Welcome to the team. He's a baller. Said Roger Goodell, go fuck yourself. And he's a hidden star development or higher. 77 overall. Pardon the language, but that's what I'm quoting him. I didn't say that. He did to Roger Goodell, obviously, when he didn't do the combine. He's ranked number 7. We take him at 41. He's got star better development. He is a beast. Good strength, speed, finesse moves, tackle, acceleration, block shed, everything. Kerry Raymond is a beast. We have the next pick as well after the Vikings. So we're in a very, very good spot to double up here and take a talented player. Could go offensive line. I think that's what we're going to do. Kyrie Bird out of Texas A&M. He is number 8 in the class. Took him at 43. Only normal development, but 76 overall. Obviously, he'll be very good to come in and start right away at left guard. Good strength. Another very well-balanced player and a very good addition to our team. All right, we'll go Jalen Price here out of Texas Tech. We need another offensive lineman, and Jalen Price will be just that. Number 55 in the class. We took him at 66, but he's got star or better development, and he's a 69 overall. Nice. Now, his attributes aren't very good, but with that development trait, maybe we can build him into something. This has, without question, been a phenomenal draft so far. We've done so well, and I think we're going to take... could probably even get away with taking all these players. Let's go Johnny Boast out of Virginia Tech. Not that great. Does he have any redeeming qualities? Not really. Special teamer. But he's close to a 70, which is not terrible. Jose Malone still here. Gotta love his music. Joe's Malone. There's not really a joke there. It's post... I don't know if you... Whatever. He's certainly better than the last guy, but also not too amazing. Trading 2 5ths and a 7th this year for a 3rd next year from the Vikings. Pretty good value for that, actually. And then we'll see if... oh my god. We pick round 6, pick 9. That is so nice. A lot of niceness going on in this rebuild here for the New Orleans Saints, who don't need a rebuild, of course, but kind of. And my player's off the board, which is a little bit annoying, but would have been a backup probably anyway. We'll go with Raleek Goodwill out of Nevada. 62 overall, normal development, number 143. We take him at 169, and he's wearing 69, and he's got 69 lead block. It's a nice overload. I'm a child. Fairly promising squad here for the 3rd season. Bunch of rookies starting all over the place at left guard, at right guard. Some 2-year players starting, of course. Barnes going into his 2nd season. And then defensively, bunch of young players. Sterling McKillop at right end. We've moved some guys around. We're in a 3-4 now. Marcus Davenport is out playing right outside linebacker. Anzalone moved inside. We have rookie, was it Jose Malone, I want to say? Yeah, Jose Malone. We got, I forget these names. Kerry Raymond at left outside linebacker. We're in a 3-4. Obviously, as you can tell, this is how our specialist is going to look. We got Amari Cooper in the slot. Traquan Smith behind him. Marshawn Lattimore is not going to be our slot cornerback. Got McKillop at rush left end, Raymond at rush right, Davenport behind them, and then Cam Jordan, Sheldon Rankins up the middle. Our sub linebacker is Alex Anzalone. It's an interesting team. Success is going to be... I'll be interesting to see how much success we find, I should say. This could go great, or this could go very, very poorly. So we shall see. I think it's going to go great, honestly. I'm going to be optimistic for once, and I'm going to say we're looking at about 5 wins at the midseason mark, probably. It's our bye week, and we're coming off a loss to the Cardinals. That doesn't look good, but we're 6-2. Okay, so we are doing quite well. I'll take that. That is phenomenal. We will upgrade our defensive line, and then hopefully DBs after that. I think I spent an early one on quarterback just because we've got a young quarterback we need to develop. Teron Armstead is an impending free agent. We will spend some of this XP. Show me that one of these guys has superstar development, please. Oh, yes. Kerry Raymond at least has superstar. Hopefully superstar X Factor, but it doesn't look like anybody else does. But look, oh, man. Price has superstar? What is going on? Already the Saints rebuild's been fantastic in terms of picks and development. Superstar X Factor. We have Phillip Rivers as our backup quarterback. He's got superstar X Factor. Superstar right guard, who wasn't even supposed to be good. We ended up starting him. And then defensively, Raymond has superstar. McKillop has superstar X Factor. What is happening? What is going on? Unreal. Unstoppable force for him. Oh my goodness. I'm at a loss for words. My full Madden nerd is coming out because I cannot believe these development traits. We've drafted 2 superstar X Factors and 2 superstars in 2 drafts. Wild. That's insane to me. I'm loving it. Okay. This team might get super overpowered super quickly. Got to bring back both of our stud tackles and Marshawn Lattimore. Maybe Marcus Davenport. How expensive are you going to be? Not that expensive. Let's bring back the big dogs first, as they're going to be really expensive. So Teron Armstead is first. 5-year deal for him. I know he's 30, but he's still elite. Ryan Ramczyk is going to get a 5-year deal as well. Think that money should check out. And Ryan Ramczyk's back. Marshawn Lattimore, I'm also going to give pretty much whatever he wants. 5-year deal, again, for him till he's 30. And he wants some more money. Traquan Smith, what do you want? Can't even negotiate with him yet. And we'll worry about Marcus Davenport in a bit. I think we're just going to simulate to the playoffs. This team looks like in a year or two, it's going to be unstoppable. First round bye, 12-4. Fantastic. That might be an MVP season for Max Barnes, as we had the 3rd best offense in the NFL. Middle of the pack defense, but it's still good enough. What a season for Barnes. 43, 52 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 5 picks. Rushing, Kamara was very good. Latavius Murray was very solid in his role. Receiving, Michael Thomas was good. Amari Cooper had a ton of touchdowns. O.J. Howard had a great season. Traquan Smith was a big contributor, as was Alvin Kamara out of the backfield. Man, everyone got involved, huh? Defensively, Von Bell had 113 tackles, as did Alex Anzalone. 12 tackles for loss for Cam Jordan. He also had 10 sacks, 7.5 for Sterling McKillop, only 5 for Kerry Raymond. Didn't get a whole ton of pressure. Marshawn Lattimore with 8 interceptions. What is going on in this rebuild so far? Numbers you don't ever see. He also had 8 touchdowns. That might be bordering on Defensive Player of the Year, as Jacoby Brissett wins MVP. Max Barnes at 4. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Max Barnes. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. Marshawn Lattimore at 7. He'll be DB of the year for sure, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ken Sullivan. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Steve Turnbull. McKillop at 3. Raymond at 4. Jose Malone at 7. Johnny Bost at 10. Best quarterback is Max Barnes. Best running back, I don't usually look at this, but I think we have a good shot to win a lot of these. Best O-line, not in there, but we were close. Best D-line, not going to be in there, but best DB surely should be Marshawn Lattimore, and it is. So we should have XP out the ass. We should have some players that are getting development trait increases as well. I'm looking at Marshawn Lattimore to move up potentially to Superstar X Factor. And we face the 9-7 Carolina Panthers in the divisional. We'll check on the team, which is now up to a 90 overall, 93 offense, 87 defense. Barnes is up to an 89. Only +2 morale. Michael Thomas is going to be looking at a 99 overall pretty soon. Amari Cooper could be talking about that. I mean, Barnes could be looking at that. Kamara could be looking at that. Price is progressing very, very quickly for someone that we drafted at a 69 overall. He's a stud. He's a stud. Defensively, McKillop's at an 81. Raymond's at an 83. Yeah, this team has so much potential. And we should have a lot of money. We should have a lot of skill. Let's see if we can beat the Panthers in the divisional to advance to the championship of the NFC. And that is not what we do. We get blown out, kind of 31-14. We're like a year away. I said it. A year or two, we're going to be dominant. I think we're going to be. Marshawn Lattimore wants, what, a higher salary? I can totally do that. He didn't get upgraded. That's sad. But I can give him a higher salary to make him resign. And he does. Davenport, I don't really want. Traquan Smith, that's still not really expensive for him. So I'm going to go ahead and offer that all day. 5-year deal for Traquan Smith. And Marcus Davenport, that's not so bad. But I'm going to let Marcus Davenport walk. Little Jordan Humphrey, unfortunately, as well. We still have $20 million in free agency. We could go out and get a really good player here. Now, the question is, what would we want? Offensive line is fine now. I don't even know what we need. I mean, we could pay Leighton Vander Esch. He's really expensive, but he's also really, really good and would be a stud middle linebacker for us. Maybe we'll do that. We don't have a lot of money, but we could make this like one of the most overpowered teams imaginable if we bring in Leighton Vander Esch. So 99 points is kind of like, it's really the max that I can go up to on him. And we'll see what ends up happening with that. Leighton Vander Esch has accepted. Wow. This team just continues to get better and better and better. Oh my goodness. What next? We just progress this team from here on out. Leighton Vander Esch is going to move to the inside, obviously. I think that's the natural progression of that, is he plays middle linebacker. We could move back to a 4-3 if we wanted to, now that Davenport's not here, but I don't think it really makes sense with essentially having 3 edge rushers in that situation. Cam Jordan, Raymond, and McKillop. So I'm going to look to stay where we are in the 3-4. We're just needing an edge rusher. That's really it, which is ironic because, well, or a defensive tackle, because McKillop could move back to right outside linebacker. Yeah, I mean, our team is quite good. Where are the holes? There really aren't any. It's just about developing some of these players more. Could use a backup tight end as well. And we should have some picks. What's standing in the way of this team? That is a damn good question. Look at these corners. Anthony Tandy looks like a first-round guy in the 3rd. And then in the 4th, Chuck Polly at A&M. He looks like a beast. What's going on? Why are these studs available this late in the draft? Back-to-back drafts now. We could get some really, really good players. But the question is, how do I move up for Lindsey Kirkpatrick? And I don't think there's a way. So a cornerback went to number 1. Maybe we could move up to number 2. I say that. I find it highly unlikely, but maybe. There's no shot at moving up. No shot. 3 first-round picks isn't enough to do it. Not that that'd be worth it anyway. We're just going to simulate to number 19. Trading number 19 this year, a 4th and a 4th next year for a first-round pick from the Vikings. Hopefully they're pretty bad, and that pick ends up being better than number 19 next year. We'll simulate to number 28 in the first round. And now, there's a player that I considered taking that looked to be quite good, who was an offensive lineman. Sean Boast, I guess, brother of the linebacker we took earlier, but I'm going to go defensive tackle. It's more of a need. Ralph Bartell at LSU is a 75 overall, number 11 in the class, took him at 28. Star or better development. With our luck, this will be a superstar X Factor. So that'd be cool. 87 strength, decent block shed, decent speed, power moves. He's okay. Could definitely start at right end in our 3-4. And then, of course, we could always... what could we always do? Move our current right end back to right outside linebacker, which could be a more natural fit anyways. And I do want Anthony Tandy. I don't know that he's going to be available at our next pick. And I want this other corner as well. Although Jesus Morales out of Virginia looks pretty good too. I want the other corner just because he looks like a beast. His name is Chuck Polly. Now, how do we get both of those players? It's a good question. I don't want to take any chances. And when I don't want to take any chances, I trade up. So that's what we're going to do. Trading a 3, 5, and a 2 for a 2 this year. I think it's pretty good value. We don't really need that pick. And then hopefully the player doesn't go at number 19 in the second round, or before, I should say. I feel like it's always one pick before. That's just kind of how the way this works. But show me still on the draft board. No, he got taken. That's just how it works. How it works. Unfortunate, but it's not like the other players still aren't there, who are quite good also. So I guess let's go ahead and take one of them here. Could go Jesus Morales. I mean, there are a bunch of good defensive tackles. I might just get Polly out of the way now, just because I really, really want him on the team. Morales looks okay. Trey Hampton looks about the same. Combine's not anything special. Derek Jenkins looks about the same. Maybe a better combine, but the attributes aren't quite as good. I'm going to go Chuck Polly because he looks like a beast. 75 overall, number 13 in the class. Took him at 51. Star or better development. Fantastic pick. This is a stacked draft class to be a 75 overall and ranked number 13. A little annoying we missed out on that other corner, and I know corner is not a position of need for us. It really isn't, but it still is a little bit frustrating when you miss out on those good players, and you know that they're going to be good players, as I guess we'll just take Jesus Morales. 71 overall, another star or better development guy. We're on the ball. Nice awareness and power moves. I'll let the CPU draft the best. I have my the rest. I have my players in the draft board already, so they should do that if they're still available. I do want to check out the draft recap. I'd like to see what that what overall that cornerback was that we missed. I think it's going to be pretty good. I would guess like a 77 because he looked better than the guy that we took, and I'm sure we just missed him, and that's demoralizing to say the least. The cornerback went at 16, and we picked at 19. Just missed. He is a 78 overall. Only normal development, though. Interesting. Would you rather have a 78 overall normal development player who's 22, or a 75 overall star or better development corner that's 21? I don't know. That's a good question. I'd probably prefer the guy we took, to be honest. This is the way the specialists are going to shape up. Looks pretty good overall. Actually, Amari Cooper's going to be my slot. And then offensively, this is what we're looking at. The team looks very, very good. I definitely want... Do I want Bazooka activated? Maybe I don't. Maybe that doesn't matter. It doesn't really do all that much. And then defensively, we got our 3 X Factors lit up. Very, very nice. I'm going to upgrade the team just a little bit because that's all we can do. I'm going to put Amari Cooper in the slot, and then we're going to go off in this season. Undefeated season inbound. No, probably not, but maybe. Okay, so I stopped the simulation very quickly just to upgrade our team because I stopped and forgot to do that. And we're 3-0, doing quite well. Might as well start re-signing now, as I do want to bring back CGJ. Eric McCoy as well. Now, here's a big question. How much money are we going to have? At least a little bit. We'll be able to bring back Eric McCoy on a long-term deal. And probably get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson as well. Now, he's young, he's very talented, and he is fairly cheap still. So, CGJ is someone that I do want to bring back. And we'll see if we're able to do that. We're going to have to take down salary just a little bit to see if we can make this work. And right now, we can't really squeeze it in. He needs more money. Not ideal. So... I think worst case scenario, we just franchise tag him. Could also look for guys to trade. So maybe I'll do that here in week 4. Things have gone downhill. We are 4-3 now at week 9. Not where we want to be. Don't really have room to cut or trade anybody to save money. We're not that far off on Chauncey Gardner Jr. anyway. Chauncey Gardner Jr.? Chauncey Gardner Johnson Jr. No. I think he's Chauncey Gardner Johnson the second, though. He's got a lot of names. Pick a name. I don't really know what's happening, that we're kind of just losing it here. We have got an incredible team. And again, I can't really bring back Chauncey Gardner Johnson at the moment. I would like to, but I can't. Just don't have the money at all. So even if we offer him a lot, which we can't even afford this, it just can't happen at this point. So we're going to figure that out in the offseason. But hopefully we make the playoffs. The team's way too good not to make the playoffs. I think everyone would agree. So let's just make them, and we don't even have to worry about it. So we barely snuck into the playoffs, and we got crushed in week 17 by the Panthers, who went 13-3. They're not messing around this year. What held us back? Oh, our offense took a major step back. What happened? And our defense was terrible. I'm so confused. Why did Max Barnes get so much worse? Why did our offense randomly get so much worse? That's so confusing. I don't know. Defensively, I mean, like Leighton Vander Esch had a Defensive Player of the Year caliber season. Could have had a few more turnovers here or there. Overall, I would say the team was super disappointing as Jacoby Brissett wins MVP on the 9-7 Patriots. No Saints in there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Riley Hyde on the Panthers. No Saints. Defensive Player of the Year, Devondre Campbell. Leighton Vander Esch at 3. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to quarterback Norman Eckel for the Vikings. No Saints. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chuck Polly, our corner. Ralph Bartell, defensive tackle at number 2. Would have been nice to see him win it. Morales at number 7. Any of those guys win like best DB? No. Best linebacker? How is Leighton Vander Esch not in here for best linebacker? He's at number 9. Doesn't even make sense. How would you be so much higher for Defensive Player of the Year? Oh, but best linebacker. He's barely even getting consideration. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Bartell only has star. Morales, we don't even know yet. So that sucks. I'm going to have the team just rearrange and play it any way they'd like to. Now, they never know what to do. They're going to get Traquan Smith in the slot, which feels like a bad idea. I don't know. We'll have to see how this works out. All I want to do is advance in the playoffs. We've got a monster team. The Giants won more games than we did, and their overall is an 81. We have a 93. I just wish we could win some more games with the best team in the league, and the Giants don't beat us. We barely win, 34-28. Now, this is what I'm really excited to see. A team that won 13 games in the same division, so a very similar schedule, and they are an 85 overall. Now, I'm not saying that overall should mean anything, but we have almost plus 10 on them, and they won significantly more games than we did. What do they have, more heart? What am I supposed to do? I'm building a God squad, and the team's like, nah, we don't care. They Laramie Tunsiled me. Laramie, whatever his name is. Conference Championship week, we beat them. Okay. Now we're talking, and the Vikings are 11-4-1. We're going to upgrade this squad and see if we can beat the Vikings to advance to the Super Bowl. Come on now. No. We lose. And it's going to be Vikings-Browns in the Super Bowl. Here's the thing. That's fine. We're going to go into the final season. We're going to look to win. And show me some good development trait upgrades. Show me some good stuff, please. Anything here on offense? No. Anything on defense? I hope so. Leighton Vander Esch, did he always have Superstar X Factor? I don't think so. Marcus Williams is up to Superstar. This team, no, I think he did have Superstar X Factor. I think he did. And if he didn't, now he does. Morales only has Star. But Williams up to Superstar is pretty nice. Got a great cornerback group. Great safeties. Great linebacking core. Great defensive line. Our team overall is fantastic. We have no excuse. Super Bowl or bust next year, and I am franchise tagging Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Although it's going to be a cornerback franchise tag, which is not so good. He might be a little expensive, but it is what it is. We got to franchise tag him. If we want to keep him, we got to franchise tag him. So 16 mil. These are fantasy for a reason, although I'd probably do that anyway in a realistic, just so we could hold on to him for a final push. And you're going to see we are negative 18.3 mil now as we advance to the draft. NFL draft, we're picking at number 30. Of course, we'll give the draft board a quick once over. Oh, and 31. We have 2 first-round picks. That's right. Now, what do we need? What do we need? Could use a 4th receiver, I guess. Backup tight end, backup running back. We're only looking for backups at this point. Backup running back, backup tight end, yeah, for sure. Hold on. Who are you? Did the CPU draft a receiver that has superstar development now? What is happening? I'm so confused what's going on in this rebuild, man. The Saints have all the luck and also none of it. What is up with this team? I guess we don't need a receiver. What do we even need? I don't know. I mean, the team is so good. Like, cornerback, we're not going to draft anyone that's going to be better than these guys. D-line, we're not going to draft anyone better. Maybe an off-the-ball linebacker. Maybe a safety. Just to have more depth there. I guess it's running back and tight end. So we probably won't even have to trade up. Should be some good running backs available. There always are. And look at the tight ends in this class. 1, 3, 4, and 7. Best tight end class ever. Running backs, not so great. There's another one, Jerome Compton. What a fearful name, by the way. Third round guy. Baller, skipped the combine. Of course he did. Of course he did. And he's a Red Raider from Texas Tech. Gross. But anyway, great top skills. He could be a monster. And he could be a backup safety for us with that fantastic zone coverage. So, high hopes. We'll probably take him in the first. We'll go Jerome Compton here in the first. Why not? He's a 76 overall, number 2 in the class. Hell yeah, he is. Star better development. I might start him right away. 95 speed. 95 speed. In the game, that's like a 4.2, 840. That's ridiculous. Crazy good zone coverage. Ooh, good hit power. What a cool player. They're like no good players here. So I don't know if am I just gonna waste a first round pick on somebody. Probably. Let's go with a running back. Keenan Younger. Oh, 69 overall. Star, better development. Nice backup out of BC. Actually didn't look too bad. Doesn't look that great, but he's well balanced. Doesn't really catch the ball too well. But he's a fine backup. He'll work. I'll let the CPU handle the rest. This is the team for the final season. Let's not talk about money because we don't really have any of that. But what is your first name? Okay, thank goodness. That was gonna be a little bit dangerous. Oh, okay. So I had this guy on my draft board. Went in the 6th round, and he actually has star better development. He's a 71 overall, so not too bad. Although we're not gonna start him, but could be something to look for. You know, for the future if we were going to keep going. Defensively, we're looking great. I don't even know how to well, actually I want to play Compton quite a bit. How do we do that? Von Bell might end up being a backup. I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson should move to safety. I think we're going to move him back. And then Von Bell can be his backup probably. Does that make sense? I think so. All right, this is the team for the final season. You guys saw it a little bit already. It looks fantastic. It is easily the most colorful team we've ever built in terms of all the superstars and superstar X factors. And then you look at like the rookies with unknown development. So we have blue and red and yellow all over the place. It looks very good. It's very aesthetically pleasing. However, that doesn't matter. All I want to do is win at this point. We're going to simulate to the midseason mark. I need to see 5 wins at least. This has got to be a playoff team. Come on. Mid-season mark. We are 5-2. I'll take it. That's what I asked for. I should have asked for 7. That would have made a little bit more sense. But not going to worry about contracts right now. We're going to upgrade the team. Show me Superstar X Factor for Jerome Compton because that'd be sick. It's like, of course he would have Superstar X Factor. Of course he would. I would love to see that. Killian's already up to a 73. Maybe we should start him, man. Maybe we should. Compton only has a star. So that kind of sucks. We're going to move him down then. But, I mean, this team looks so good. So I can't even be taken off this high right now. 95 offense, 91 defense. We are incredible. And we'll see what we're doing at the playoffs. Actually, I can stop and do a wide receiver upgrade. So we're going to do that. Maybe we were one great third receiver away. But it's not like Traquan Smith is even bad at all. He is up into the 80s. Yeah, our offense was awesome. I mean, that's not the problem. The problem is that we just haven't been able to finish. We've been real close a couple times. Just haven't been able to seal the deal. So this definitely is the Saints rebuild for sure. First round bye. Let's get it. 13-3. Okay. So we were incredible in the second half of the season. Max Barnes, unreal numbers. Almost 50 passing touchdowns. 4,200 yards. It seems like always, by the way, they have like, it's like 252, 352, 152. Very strange for like the yards after 4,000. Kamara was awesome. Receiving. Michael Thomas, 22 receiving touchdowns. Oh my God, Michael Thomas, go off. Go off. Almost 1,600 yards as well. Now, the record for receiving touchdowns in a season, I believe, is held by Randy Moss at 24? 23. So Michael Thomas was one off of tying the record. Kamara had 7 receiving touchdowns. So did Amari Cooper. Wow. Like some wild numbers. 22 receiving touchdowns for Michael Thomas. It's stupid. Leighton Vander Esch was unbelievable. 9 sacks for McKillop, 9 for Jordan, 8 for Raymond. Interceptions, 4 for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who's been awesome this entire rebuild, to be fair. Award, show me MVP. Goes to Russell Wilson. We've been cheated. Max Barnes at number 2 at least. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Max Barnes over Russell Wilson, because that makes sense. Kamara was in there. Foyesade Olakun wins Defensive Player of the Year with the Eagles. All right, Leighton Vander Esch at 3. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Keenan Younger, our backup running back. Sure. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jalen Zachary Compton at 4. He maybe would have won it if we didn't bench him at the midseason mark, essentially. And that's what moving him to corner 4 did. Okay, this is going to be the final team for the playoff run here. Development changes will be shown at the Super Bowl week, as I pretty much always do. Morale is sky high, which means overalls are ridiculous right now. Well, actually, some of them just got a ton of XP. Barnes is up to a 96. Defensively, Raymond's up to a 92 very casually. That happened. I don't even know how. What did he do to get so much XP? Did he do anything? I don't know where he got all this XP from, but he's a 92 overall. I don't know. Team looks insane. Now it's just time for them to finish in the playoffs for once. Come on, Saints. Beat the Panthers in the divisional. This is the easy one. You have to get through this one. 28-16, and we see the Seahawks again. Conference championship. We're jumping in. We're 93, they're in 85. So they still have Russell Wilson, and the Seahawks are a tough team in simulation. This is no cakewalk. This is not going well. It's 21-6. 21-13. Oh, we're making a comeback. It is 21-19. Okay. Time to go much slower. Much slower, and they punted the ball. Come on, Saints. Oh, this is going to be 3rd and 10, right? Oh, big gain. Traquan Smith for 20 yards. Another big gain. Michael Thomas for 16. Another big gain through the air. Michael Thomas for 8, and now a touchdown. Almost. Amari Cooper. And then Alvin Kamara pushes it in. And the Seahawks are just dominating us. Oh, they're dominating us. I need to jump in. I need to stop it. It's a 2-minute warning. We're just giving up big passing gain after big passing gain. No, I'm not allowing that. Oh, empty set? Okay. Let's see if somebody can make a play. Who wants it? That's got to be a pick! Oh my goodness, I was in the hands of Anzalone almost. Or Leighton Vander Esch. One of my 2 white middle linebackers. No one made a play, though. All Madden Sim is broken on default. As they hand it up the middle. Chris Carson falls forward to the 6. Come on now. We're 1 stop away. We just can't allow a touchdown. That's it. I'm trying to cover everybody. Where is anyone? DK Metcalf scores. He's basically doing like the Conan walkout. I don't know if you guys know Conan. Conan O'Brien. My fave. The GOAT. Anyway, 2-point conversion attempt for the Seahawks. Run the ball. I'm shutting down everything. Wilson's going to run. I'm going after him. I missed. He threw it. Oh my goodness. How did that not lock on? Either way, field goal wins the game for us. We have a minute and a half to do it. I'm locked in. No mistakes. Get Michael Thomas on a cross. He should be wide open. He's not really, but we're going to throw it up to him because he's broken. He's broken. Oh my goodness, Michael Thomas. I make a blind read. Well, I threw it because he had his superstar ability lit up. So that's why I did that. Even though he got no separation. It was not a good move. But it worked out. Okay, that is not a good route combo. Because Michael Thomas ran right into the other receiver. Because I audibled it to a corner. Ah, or C route. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that makes sense. We're in field goal range, though. I did what I had to do. by any means necessary. Just don't fumble now. Kamara. There we go. It's a great run. They're out of timeouts. We're going to kick the field goal. Time ticks down. This is an easy field goal. The only way I could miss this, and I'm nervous because it's happened before. The only way I could miss this is if it gets blocked. And I think now the odds of it getting blocked are very, very slim. We're going to go ahead and kick it. Kick is up, down the middle, and good. We've won the game, 29-27. We're going to the Super Bowl. What a wild finish. Is Dan Quinn back in Seattle? Former defensive coordinator of the Seahawks, turned Atlanta Falcons head coach, is now the replacement to Pete Carroll in Seattle. Wild. That would make sense, though. That'd be interesting. Super Bowl. We've got the overpowered Browns. We're going to upgrade the team. Show me some development trait upgrades for the final game here, just because it's prettier to look at, and that's clearly what I'm obsessed with, as we've learned. Also, we don't get to know Killian's development. I want to figure out what it is. If it's Superstar, I'm going to be bummed out that we didn't play him. It is Superstar. Unreal, by the way. Unreal that we had another Superstar draft pick. And I had him on my board. I knew the CPU would draft him. I just didn't want to stay in through all those draft picks. So, credit that to me, I guess. But, or you can not. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Defensively, any development trait increases? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson up to Superstar. Looks very nice. What a crazy team. This would be one of the best teams I've built for sure. And we're headed up to Minneapolis, Minnesota to face the 86 Cleveland Browns. Come on, Saints. Don't be the Aints. Win it. Let's do it. Come on. Very close game, 9-10, in what is clearly one of the worst Super Bowls imaginable. And we're going to jump in here and try to stop the Browns because they're driving. They've got Baker Mayfield. There are 19 combined points here late in the fourth quarter, and we need a big stop. 2nd and 1 to run up the middle, and it is shut down. That is Kerry Raymond making a big play. 3rd and 2. And that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Browns aren't playing around. The most boring offense ever. They're not trying to win. They're playing for the field goal. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. We're going to come out in a big package. 3-4 should actually just do it. 3-4 odd. Rock out with Storm Brave or something like that. Have Leighton Vander Esch fill the middle. If they pass, I'm screwed because I'm bringing up Marcus Williams to the line. And it's play action. And they go over the middle. And I said I'd be screwed, and I was screwed. I really, truly was. Not that I would, like, Marcus Williams would have came down on that deep blue to play that anyway. But we certainly took away any opportunity he had of doing it. Just over a minute to play. We are in a very tough spot. I don't know why they're coming out in empty as they go outside to Odell. Really needed him to get out of bounds there. And I'm not calling my timeouts because we don't have a stop yet. We need to stop them. Time is ticking. Throw the ball at me. Make a play. All right, we have to call timeouts now. Jeez, dude. Can we get any type of pressure on all Madden Sim? No. The answer is no. It's a run up the middle. Big stop. Timeout. Okay. So they're going to settle for a field goal. I really wanted to turn over. This means we need a touchdown, which is unfortunate. And they got it. I timed it up perfect, too. Didn't get the jump. 21 seconds. I need Michael Thomas to make a play. All right. We have a timeout, so we can go over the middle. And we're looking at Michael Thomas, and we got it in there. Now, we have to go to the boundary here because we're not close enough to the end zone to really take a shot. The question is, how do I get Michael Thomas the football on the outside? Maybe add a bunch? Ooh, a wheel in there? They come out in man coverage. Michael Thomas could be wide open. Now, we're going to block Alvin Kamara. Probably put O.J. Howard on an out. Somebody has to get open here. Myles Garrett's coming in. We're going to check down. We just got it away. Stay in bounds. No! There's a flag that's going to save me. I used the one cut, and it ran me back in so fast. We're going to be saved by a face mask. We're going to be saved so much by a face mask because it stops the clock. Oh my god, I got so lucky. Also, I got really unlucky because I did not try to one cut. We need a touchdown. Why would we run a Hail Mary? 7 seconds. I actually like that play. Let's go back to it. And we look for the same check down. Now, they're blitzing. So, the answer of what we do here is we throw it up to Michael Thomas. I think. Alvin Kamara has to block. We're going to look to roll out left and throw it to Michael Thomas or check down to O.J. Howard and get a closer matchup. And I can't get the throw off. I had circle. Ah, almost. All right. It's not to be. I hate all Madden Sim with default stats. It's not a fun game to play because they cheat you. But I'm bad either way. Don't try to be good. I do have a good time anyway, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Couldn't give the Saints a Super Bowl. We got so close, yet so far away. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
We'll